Hey Randy, it's great to sit down with you like this. I was looking through some old photos the other day and it hit me. It has been 30 years since we were out in the Philippines. Do you remember 1996? It feels like yesterday and a lifetime ago, all at once.
How could I forget? 1996 in Subic Bay. We were right there on the ground for the Subic Cyber City Project. Man, what a time. The U.S. military was packing up and pulling out after the Mount Pinatubo eruption, and they were literally dismantling everything, even tearing up the bowling alleys. It was an incredible sight, almost apocalyptic in its own way, to see such a massive base being stripped down to its bones.
Exactly. And the vision of one man really stood out. If it wasn't for Chairman Richard Gordon, who was the mayor of Olongapo at the time, that entire place would have been scraped clean. I remember him going to the Americans and practically begging them, really, pleading with them to leave the infrastructure intact because he knew it had massive value for the future of the Filipino economy. He saw something no one else did.
He was a visionary, no doubt about it. I mean, think about the sheer audacity. He organized thousands of local volunteers just to cut the grass, secure the facilities, and keep everything running, while he went on a crusade to find tech companies to locate there. And he did. He signed up ACEs to build manufacturing plants, set up a tax-free trade zone, got a casino going, and established Subic Satellite. It wasn't just about saving buildings. It was about saving an economy, saving a future for an entire region, you know?
And that's where we came in. Remember, we were working with the local Sun Microsystems partner. At that time, Sun Microsystems was literally building the backbone of the global internet. The dot-com boom was just starting to simmer, and we had this incredible opportunity. We pitched the free trade zone leadership on a complete Sun infrastructure to give Subic massive bandwidth. It was an incredible win for us, but more importantly, for Subic.
And then I ended up running the data center there. It was wild. I remember the sheer scale of the equipment we were bringing in, the racks and racks of servers, the networking gear. We were basically building a mini internet hub from scratch in a place that just a few years prior was a military base. But things got incredibly tense politically. Do you remember when the presidency transitioned? President Fidel Ramos, who had given Gordon a lifetime mandate to run the Subic zone, finished his term, and Joseph Estrada came in. Suddenly, it became a massive political turf war. Estrada wanted to install his own people, and Gordon was standing in the way.
Oh, I remember. The news was flying back to us, but you were the one actually inside the data center when it hit the fan. What exactly do you remember from that day? It must have been, well, terrifying isn't even the word, is it?
Man, it was surreal. It was like something out of a movie, but it was real life. A bunch of armed, uniformed men connected to a local political faction showed up outside the data center, demanding we surrender the facility. They were shouting, making a lot of noise. Before we knew it, they launched tear gas directly into the building. It was total chaos. The sting of it, the burning in your eyes and throat, it's not something you forget. I've heard some stories since then that there was even a bullet found in the wall later on, which, just adds to the legend. To be honest, with all the adrenaline, my memory is a bit of a blur, but I will never ever forget the sting of that tear gas. It was a clear message that this wasn't just about technology, it was about power.
It was a wild frontier back then, Randy, a true Wild West in terms of tech development and political landscape. But what's amazing is that those early chaotic days in Subic and our later work at Clark Air Force Base in Pampanga, which had its own unique challenges, really laid the groundwork for everything happening today. It's like we were planting seeds in very rocky soil, and now, 30 years later, we're seeing the harvest. The Philippines is now on the verge of an absolute AI data center revolution, and the blueprint, it looks surprisingly familiar.
It really does, doesn't it? The core principle of attracting international investment through a robust digital backbone, that's still the play. Back then, it was about general internet connectivity and manufacturing. Now it's about specialized high-density computing for AI. The demand for processing power and storage is just exploding, and the Philippines is perfectly positioned to capture a significant chunk of that. You see hyperscale data centers being planned, submarine cables being laid, all that stuff.
And the geographical advantage is huge. You've got a young, tech-savvy workforce, strategic location in Southeast Asia, and a government that's now much more stable and keen on digital transformation. It feels like all the pieces are finally aligning. I mean, we were talking about megabits per second back then, and now we're talking about petabytes and exaflops for AI models.
Absolutely. Think about it. The AI models require immense amounts of data and incredible computational power. Training these models, running inference, it all needs massive, reliable infrastructure. And the Philippines, with its growing economy and strategic location, becomes a natural hub for this. We saw the potential for bandwidth then, but now it's not just bandwidth, it's raw processing power that's the currency.
And the lessons learned from those early days, especially regarding infrastructure resilience and navigating complex political landscapes, are still relevant. I mean, remember the power outages or just trying to get a reliable internet connection that wasn't reliant on a single point of failure? We were pioneering in a very challenging environment.
Oh, absolutely. The infrastructure challenges were immense. We were literally working to build robust power grids and backup systems that could withstand the local conditions. And the human element, too. Training local talent was a huge part of it. It wasn't just about importing technology, it was about building local capabilities. That dedication to human capital development, I think, is also playing a huge role in the current boom.
That's a fantastic point, Randy. The human element, the dedication of the Filipino people to learn and adapt, has always been remarkable. From those volunteers cutting grass to keep Subic alive, to the engineers and technicians who staffed our data centers, to the thousands of IT professionals today, it's a testament to their resilience and drive. It's not just about silicon and fiber, it's about the people who make it all work.
Exactly. And it's not just about the technical skills, it's about problem solving, adaptability, and that inherent Filipino ingenuity. Remember trying to get spare parts or specialized tools? Sometimes you had to innovate on the fly, make do with what you had. That kind of resourcefulness is invaluable in a rapidly evolving field like AI data centers.
It truly is. So when you look at the current landscape with companies like Google and Amazon and others pouring investments into the region, do you ever get that feeling of, we told you so?
Definitely, a little bit. It's gratifying, to have been there at the very beginning, planting those initial digital seeds, and now to see this massive forest growing. It validates the vision of people like Chairman Gordon, and it validates all the hard work, the challenges, even the tear gas. It all contributed to this moment.
It makes you wonder, what will the next 30 years bring? If Subic was the starting gun for the internet in the Philippines, what will this AI revolution be? It feels like we're just scratching the surface of what AI will demand from infrastructure.
Oh, I think it's going to be even bigger. AI is not just another application. It's a foundational shift. It's going to redefine industries, create entirely new ones. And the data centers supporting it will be vastly more complex, efficient, and interconnected. The Philippines is set to play a crucial role, not just as a consumer, but as a significant producer of AI infrastructure and talent.
And the ripple effect on the economy will be immense, I imagine, not just in terms of direct jobs in the data centers, but the ancillary services, the software development, the AI startups. It creates an entire ecosystem similar to what Gordon envisioned for Subic, but on a much larger global scale.
Exactly. Think about all the local businesses that will benefit. From construction to logistics to education, the digital infrastructure acts as an enabler for so much more. And the cool thing is, the lessons from Subic, the need for clear leadership, stable policies, and unwavering vision are still the keys to success today. We learned those things the hard way through literally facing down political factions. Hopefully, the current leaders have an easier time of it.
One would hope, but it's a powerful narrative, isn't it? From a dismantled military base, through political battles and even physical confrontations, to becoming a potential AI superpower. It's a testament to vision, resilience, and the relentless march of technology. Randy, this has been an incredible walk down memory lane and a fascinating look into the future. Thanks for sharing those vivid memories.
My pleasure, Michael. It's always good to revisit those days. Sometimes it feels like ancient history, but then you see how directly it shaped what's happening now. It's a powerful reminder that every big technological leap has a human story, often a very dramatic one behind it. And the Philippines, man, it's got some stories to tell.